back no more. Going down south, child, don't you wanna go? Woman, I'm troubled, and I'll be all worried now. Woman, I just can't be satisfied, just can't keep from crying. Well, I feel like snapping a pistol in your face. Gonna let that graveyard be your resting place. Woman, I'm troubled, and I'll be all worried tonight. Woman, I just can't be satisfied, just can't keep from crying.
And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Radio Mythoverse for April the 10th, 2021. Despite what it says on the video there, it is not in fact March 11th. That was me forgetting to set the proper date. So ignore that, please. The fact of the matter is, it is in fact April the 10th, despite what it may say on the video. So, well, once again, welcome. I'm in the best kind of tired that there is at the moment. To illustrate just how crazy this past month has been, the last time I hosted this show was precisely 1 month ago tonight at the other end of the campaign we're going to be talking about tonight. So, holy cow, what a quarter this has been. It's April. We're nearly 4 solid months into 2021. And, holy by God, the stuff we've gotten done.
Yeah.
I'm joined tonight with by Matt and Brett, and I have Alabaster and Ronan, also known as Dylan, in the chat, and a very special friend Brian has joined us tonight, and that makes me very, very happy. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, a lot of booze to imbibe, and I will be doing that live for your viewing pleasure. As an Irishman, I will be doing it properly. I have a mug that I acquired from an Irish pub 20 years ago, and I have not drunken out of it since. This will be the first time I've used it in 20 years. And I will be doing an Irish car bomb or two right there on camera. I don't care what anyone says, the damn drink is called an Irish car bomb, not an Irish shot. That's what I've always called it, and if it offends you, hey, drinks are supposed to have silly names, okay? That's the whole point. Okay.
I think I might actually go find something.
Yeah, I don't advocate it.
This hurts my alcoholic heritage.
How does it hurt your alcoholic heritage?
I don't know. We're supposed to be upset about stuff, aren't we?
Oh, of course, yes.
I mean, given Ireland's history, I can kind of see why it might be considered offensive, though.
Yeah, it's fine, but you know what? Comedy is supposed to make you. It's supposed to shock you and take you by surprise and make you laugh at dark things. So.
All I'll say is I'll take some.
Do you want me to tell you just a mini short story to set the mood here?
Do it. I know which one it's gonna be.
Okay, so I have a friend of mine who went to Ireland, and a friend of his went to the bar in Ireland and asked for an Irish car bomb.
Okay.
Now, this is obviously not accepted in Ireland. So the bartender, the whole bar kind of just, it was one of those moments apparently where it's like in those films where it's like everybody drops their drinks and like just turns to whatever's going on.
Yeah, the Irish
and
music
just goes
stops
dead silent.
with a needle
Yeah,
scratch.
essentially that. And so the entire bar's got their eyes on this guy. And the bartender doesn't say anything. He just turns around and he grabs a bottle and 2 shot glasses. He pours 2 shots of whiskey. He turns towards the guy who ordered the drink. He gives him to him, and he says, "Here's your Twin Towers."
Now do you get?
No.
Do you get it? You get it, Dan? Do you get it?
Of course
No.
I get it. Of course I get it.
That was hilarious.
Of course I get it. And I understand. I would not order an Irish car bomb in Ireland, but for crying out loud, if I can't go to an American Irish pub and say, "Give me an Irish car bomb," and I'll race the bartender to chug it fastest, then I don't. What kind of a country am I living in?
So
Anyway.
forgive me for opening it up like that. I just, when you were saying, like, you know, oh, I don't care what you call it, it's like, yeah, I understand they've got their own way to hit back, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, and if you can't roast your drinking buddies, then who can you
This is
who can you roast?
This
Yeah.
is true.
No one.
This is true. This is true. I mean,
Yeah, and,
this is.
and I'm Irish, so I'm allowed. Okay, I'm at least 70% Irish, 20% Scottish, 5% English, and a little bit of Norwegian. So I'm
Okay,
just,
so you're Irish, Brett's Irish, I'm Irish. We're running a quarter of a Irish mafia here.
I'm half Scot-Irish, so.
nice.
I'm an alcoholic. That counts as Irish.
To be fair, what country doesn't have an alcoholic culture?
Yeah. But the running gag is that Ireland would probably have been a advanced
Iraq.
civilization without beer. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that is true. But of course, like they got the. It's just there's also another joke about how every country has their own drinking game.
Yeah. So,
Brian, you've been to Japan. What's their drinking game?
Did it involve tentacles?
I have
I'm
in
not allowed
college.
to talk about the tentacle game.
In college, I had some South Korean roommates who showed me their drinking games. Oh boy. Let's just say there was a lot of liquor in a bowl, and that bowl was shared around quite a bit.
no
It
kidding.
was mostly just here, drink this. And then I don't remember the rest of the night. So
Well, speaking of drinking this and the rest of the night, I think we should go ahead and get that started. I just want to take a moment. I got some folks in the chat congratulating us for completing the Adobe Kroger #2 campaign. Thank you guys. Couldn't have done it without everyone spreading the word. Brian, thank you for offering that stretch goal. I think that really got a lot of people really excited about it, and I can't wait to get this out. Fortunately, it's all the books are already complete, so it's just a matter of getting them ordered and fulfilled. I'm going to be doing that myself this time. I got all my packing materials, and I got my scale from Stamps.com, and I'm going to totally rock this bitch. This is going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I'm gonna be a.
Rate mailer.
Yeah, and I'm taking another cue from Brian. Aside from the fact that we now have 10 lewds up on our Patreon, which is, obviously directly stolen from Brian, I'm also stealing his custom mailer from Sticker Mule, so they're going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty. It's going to have Mythoverse branding all over it. It's going to be awesome.
Shh, don't give away all my trade secrets now.
No, I won't. But yeah, I don't want to let anyone know that the key to success is to be professional, prompt, keep your promises,
Stay away.
pay your artists. These are all secrets we can't allow to spread out. It'll ruin our market. So
I know.
anyway,
Yeah, don't screw over your writers either.
yeah, don't screw over anybody. If your artist is in trouble, like step in there and offer them some help, that kind of stuff.
By the way, if anyone's curious, I'm not even bothering measuring from my shot. So.
Oh wait, you're already doing your shot, dude. Hold on, let me get mine ready. Wait a second.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my mega shot ready.
Okay, hold on.
It's really not even a shot. It's just
Kahlua.
a beer glass.
All right.
Damn you, Kahlua.
Let me move all these books over because I don't want to talk about them right now. I'm gonna get my booze ready.
Okay, so I should pull out a drink as well, I assume.
No,
Yeah.
Leo, no, Leo.
So
No, Leo, that is not for kiddies.
This is my
not-
mug
Not Leo.
that I
Sounds
purchased.
like the cat's Irishman too.
This is my mug that I purchased at O'Keefe's in Leesburg, Florida. 20 years ago, I drank out of it one time, and it hung on the wall ever since. I went back and picked it up 2 years ago, and oddly enough, it was still there. So I said, "Hey, that's my mug. That's my number. Can I take it?" And they said, "Sure." So I now have this mug, and I will be drinking out of it for the first time.
I'm gonna hold
then.
I'm gonna add the creamlet since I don't want the curdlet.
Right.
That's too long.
So now it's time to make an Irish shot. I'm being politically correct. It's an Irish shot. So don't you want to know how it works? Okay, well, first you got to get your mug. There's your mug. You need a shot glass. Brett doesn't have a shot glass, so I'm very disappointed in him. Okay. You need Guinness, preferably an extra stout. And you need a keychain with a bottle opener on it that I have. So I'm going to pop it.
I'm telling you, you stay back. This is not for you. This is very bad for you, in fact.
I'm gonna dump the Guinness into the mug. Okay, hope the head doesn't spill. It spilled.
That's what she said.
Totally did. Totally did. Wow, that's a lively head. She also said that.
You gotta slow pour it. That'll give you a nice thick head.
Nah, it's not the same as if we get Guinness from the tap in an actual Irish pub. It's like, I remember watching a video. I don't remember the exact context. I just remember that it had Sheamus from WWE in it, and he said like there's a. It wasn't. Wait, now I remember. It wasn't a video. It was Sheamus when he was on Jericho's podcast, and he was talking about like how there is a distinct difference between how bartenders pour Guinness in Ireland and in the States.
Yeah, I'm not a bartender, so I suck at it. Okay, so
I'm just gonna say, if I'm gonna take anyone's word on that, it's gonna be Sheamus.
Okay, so next thing you need is Bailey's Irish cream. I'm gonna pour that first into the shot glass. Okay, because you want the liquor, the whiskey, to rest nicely on top of the cream. So I'll put a little bit of cream in there.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm really jealous because this is like my favorite cocktail ever, and I don't have the ingredients right now.
Ugh, I'm sorry, man. Okay, and lastly, you need some Irish whiskey. Okay, I got Jameson, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so once you got that, you got to stand back and just let that thing dive bomb into the Guinness and chug it before it mixes too much. So here goes.
If the cream sits too long, and the acid from the beer will curdle it, and you don't want that.
All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it because I have no idea if Brett's ready or not. So
I have my glass ready.
all right, here goes. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa.
Shot. Everybody!
All gone. And man, I made a mess.
I could have told you.
Ah.
That's all part of the fun, though. It's all part of the fun. Man, that was good.
Bless you.
Oh God.
That was really good.
That was really good. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and prepare another one, just because.
I was not pushed out, so unfortunately I can't. I have no more left.
I got a whole sixer of these.
I had one too. It was just that was my last one.
All right, I'm gonna prepare another one real quick, so bear with me, guys. I'd say I've earned this.
I took a shot of a whiskey I've never had before, and I gotta say, I'm never gonna have it again.
Lenore just said booze cheese in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna prepare another one. Here we go. Get the cream in the shot glass. All right, there's that. And next,
I haven't eaten anything in like 4
Jameson.
hours, I think.
I think I'm not fucking mixing up mine because I've got mostly the taste of the Kahlua in my mouth.
You probably put a little too much of the Baileys in it.
You got all that cream in your mouth?
That is
I
also
didn't get the
possible.
cream until probably like the last second.
Okay, here I go
Yeah,
again.
That's usually how it goes.
3, 2, 1. Here comes another mess. Ugh. All right. Man, my desk is gonna smell like booze tomorrow.
It's gonna smell great.
It's gonna smell awesome. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Daddy, what's that weird smell? Oh,
Success.
That's progress.
That is success.
that is the smell of success. Here, I'll preemptively use some baby wipes that I always have handy because I'm a dad and I need these every single moment of the day for various reasons.
Is it mostly from the 2-year-old spinning up?
Well, he's not really spinning up anymore, but he gets into stuff. He gets into stuff, and then he gets into stuff some more. So yeah. All right. I have a little bit of Guinness left, so I'll do one more.
Good.
Well, why the hell not? When else am I gonna do this?
Dan. Just so you know, there's actually where I live. There's actually a localized version of that. They call it the Yupa Shamrock. You can only have it in March because they replaced the Guinness with a McDonald's Shamrock shake.
Leo.
Oh,
no,
nice.
Leo.
I gotta get me one of those.
No, Leo. Booze isn't for kitties. Kitties can't have booze.
You gotta wait for the shake to come back at McDonald's. But essentially, you drink half the shake, and then you fill up the rest. Then you fill the half that you've drunk with Jameson and Bailey's.
Oh.
How hard is it to make? I mean, a Shamrock shake is basically a mint-flavored milkshake, man.
All right. Fire 3. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Go!
Brett, you sound blasted already.
Bunch of lightweights.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. I was intending to get blasted.
All right. That was
quick.
good. That was very good. If I want more, I'll have to go get another Guinness. So I think I may want another one. I'm not really feeling it yet.
Quick question, Dan. When you're doing Guinness, do you prefer the can or the bottle?
Usually the bottle. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's just for some reason the can has I don't know if it actually does have a different flavor or what, but it certainly does have. It's a different experience for me.
If there is,
It does have the nitrogen ball in it.
Okay.
But I mean, essentially you're getting the same thing. But I guess if you want more foam, then you go with the can.
Okay. Yeah. I usually just get the bottle. I don't know. I prefer them. I prefer to have the dead soldier in my hand when I'm done.
Wow.
Holy cow! There's
That
a little
got
bit
dark.
left.
You know what?
There's a little bit left.
I still have a bunch of Jameson left, so I'm gonna go get my lowballer and.
Yeah, I actually have enough for
Yeah,
one more.
yeah.
I have enough for one more go.
Leo, get off of there. Get off of there, Leo.
Beep boop.
We gotta have you somewhat here, Dan, so that you can shut off the stream when you're done.
Oh, I'm fine, dude. I usually have like 6 or 7 Guinnesses at a shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Brett we have to worry about.
Yeah, I actually, my wife has threatened to kill me on more than one occasion because I actually had several shots of absinthe with like 5 Guinnesses, and then drove home. And
Oh God.
she
Is this
found out
information you want to share?
She found out about it after the fact, and she was not pleased. But you know, it is what
I
it is.
can't imagine. I can't imagine she would be.
I'm impressed. I mean, that means you have a high tolerance.
Well,
I'm gonna
I
go
am Irish.
on. I'm gonna go on. What is it called? The the Golden Circle or whatever. When you hit up all these pubs, except I'm just gonna hit up Mythoverse creators. I'm gonna take a week-long road trip. We're just gonna go. I'm just gonna find all the Mythoverse creators. We're all gonna hit a pub.
Dude, that sounds.
I was
awesome.
thinking of the Golden Mile from the World's End. I just realized.
Yeah, the Golden Mile. That's it. Yep.
The Golden.
Hit all the pubs before sunrise.
Now let's go.
Not even. And they almost. Does anyone think the World's End was kind of the weakest of the Cornetto trilogy?
All right. Whoops.
I mean, I'm kind of biased
Well,
because I think Hot Fudge is the best one.
I did not.
Well,
see
I
that.
mean, but the thing is, it's a strong trilogy, so even at its weakest, it's still golden.
True.
Like my showers.
Is that a
damn.
Who just said that? Who just
I
said
did.
that?
I'll own that. I'll own that.
Go.
I
see
did. What are you gonna
yourself
do?
out, good sir.
No, I won't. I will not.
Is there anyone? I want to
I
know
will
if anyone. I want to know if anyone in the chat right now actually thinks The World's End is the best. Best out of the trilogy.
May I ask though? So Dan's had 4.
Yeah, I just had my 4th. If I want more, I'll have to get up and get another couple of bottles of Guinness.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm still not feeling it yet. I'm definitely no bartender. I'm very messy. I don't know how he manages to pour these things without spilling it, but I guess that's why they make the big bucks.
Oh god.
So, Dan, I'm just curious if you will indulge me here.
All right.
If you were to legitimately take your own character, Adobe, and sit down and start drinking with her, who's gonna get shit-faced first?
She will.
Oh, okay.
She's got a high tolerance, but I based her tolerance on mine, and I kind of removed a little bit of it to make it a bit more credible. Yeah, in the novel, she drinks 5 Guinnesses and then is 3 sheets to the wind, but for me, that's nothing.
She's a woman, so like -2 STR.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Lenore, just so you know, Lenore's in the chat.
Face thief. What do you mean by face thief? What's going on? I don't understand. I was too busy enjoying my my post-campaign success chugs. I don't follow what's going on in the chat.
Yes, I am.
So anyway, you should be able to see on the screen now the campaign page, and underneath is a fantastic drawing that Leandro did as soon as we got funded, and that's Adobe chugging a Das Boot. I actually own...
Is that the legendary Das Boot?
That is Das Boot, and I actually own 2 of them. And and I have there have been some occasions where I went out for an evening at a German restaurant down in South Florida and finished off 2 of those. 64 ounces of Guinness.
At a German restaurant.
At a German restaurant, yeah.
So when I go to my German restaurant, my typical go-to is a Bavarian one. I usually go with Spaten.
Yeah, I absolutely love schnitzel of any kind. It's basically fried chicken if you're Southern and American.
Yeah, I mean usually it's pork, but do have chicken schnitzels as well.
Yes, and they made some. For some reason, I don't know how they'd managed to pull this off. But they make the best bangers and mash, and that's not really a German delicacy. But for some reason, this particular German restaurant just annihilated their bangers and mash.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
So, Dan, have you drank from the glass boot yet?
The glass boot? Yeah, I actually have a couple of them.
You
know what?
Yes.
You know what I should do? I should go ahead and get it and chug it right here. Hey, Brett, can you take over the stream for a second while I go look for my boot?
I'm not sure that's a good idea, Dan.
It's like asking a drunk to take the wheel.
I'll
Okay.
take it over because I'm still...
All right. Who hasn't taken a shot yet? Who hasn't taken a shot yet?
Matt.
Okay.
What?
Matt. It's Matt.
Okay.
What?
Matt hasn't drinking.
All right.
Okay, Matt.
Whoever is sober.
Since you're in charge, where are we going to drink first?
Whoever is sober, just say stuff for a little bit. I'll be right back.
Sure. So, who's not sober? Everyone else.
Hello.
I do a very good sober impression. It's absolutely.
I've had 8 beers and a shot so far.
It's best time made for chugging. Remember to rotate the boot to avoid the bubble. I'm drunk reading all of Lenore's stuff in the chat.
The only thing I don't like about drinking, other than the potential for a headache, which is usually my fault for not drinking enough water throughout the day, is my temperature skyrockets.
Oh.
Them collapsed capillaries, or however the mechanics of it work.
That's
I
perfect timing. That's perfect timing. You said my temperature rises, and then Barry goes.
Lightweight.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh, lightweight.
Behold the stream. I'm holding my boot right now.
All of the mitochondria, whenever I get drunk, all the mitochondria in my system go basunda, basunda, deshi, deshi, basunda, basunda, deshi, deshi.
Okay, so I'm gonna fill this boot up with as much of this Guinness as I can fit into it.
Oh my god.
And here I just remembered I have really thick blood.
All right, so here goes. I'm going to fill Dot's boot up right now.
That Nora is drunk typing in the chat.
Okay, there's one.
Neville says, I'm sober, though you'd never know it. Megatron95 says, I'm the only sober one.
Not true.
Remember, kids, drunk is just a state of mind.
It's temporary. Yeah.
You
Why don't
guys
we
say
drop
alcoholic.
here?
You guys say alcoholic. I say enthusiastic drinker.
Alcoholism is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Hey, magical
You sound
girl
more-
Adobe gets stronger when she's drunk. So.
Right, you sound more like Obi-Wan than you do Palpatine.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was Alabaster.
Oh, is it? Oh, because your thing was glowing green.
All right, let me see if I can fit number 3 in here without the head.
That's what she said.
Oh,
I'm here all night, people.
God! No, why? I just took a bite of something, and that's when you say that.
Should we be? I feel like we should be grateful that Brian decided to make comics and not be a stand-up comedian.
Well, I'd be an awful comedian. I get canceled like every other week.
Oh come on, Dave Chappelle got a Netflix special.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm probably a little bit
Bill
more
Burr
vulgar
hasn't
than Dave
gotten
Chappelle.
canceled yet.
You're not. Did you just say you're not as funny as Dave Chappelle,
Not
Brian?
as vulgar.
How is that possible?
But Dave Chappelle's been along for long enough where he's got some immunity built into him.
He can't be canceled. He only gets stronger
Yeah.
when they try.
All right, just so you know, guys, this is how many Guinnesses I've gone through so far. That's 5. Okay, so
And Brett's only gone through like a third of that.
I'm beginning to wonder. Like, you're the ginger here, but I seem to be more Irish than you are.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on. Why throwing out N-bombs?
And this is why we love Brian. All right, let me.
I heard N-word.
Let me get started on this boot.
Oh, what are we doing?
You gotta remember to turn the toe sideways. I
I
learned
find it
that.
hilarious that Brian mentions N-bombs and Sauron appears.
He has been summoned.
You
didn't say 3 times. Did
That's
you?
It's like saying
Sauron.
Beetlejuice, yeah.
Sauron, you're like Superman. You just know when you're needed.
I go where I'm needed.
I go where I'm wanted, or not wanted, and that was my adventure to the female bathroom.
Dude, why don't you just say you're a woman and they'll let you in?
Or like a true black man, I show up where I want to.
He shows up exactly where he means to, yes.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, you said wizard. Never mind.
Hey Dominic, this is a boot, not a glass.
Hey, Brian is a Negromancer ever late.
Whoa! You can't say that, man.
Speaking of wizard, I will be turning 30 on the 15th.
You're gonna be 30.
Yes, the 30-year-old virgin. It's been a tough battle, but I've made it.
All I have to
I
say,
believe in you.
all I have to say is, as someone who's already passed to the 3-0, ignore the pain. It's only gonna get worse.
Jeez, Brett, it's not like we don't need an optimist or anything.
Dude,
Right?
don't talk to me about passing the 3-0, okay?
You kids.
I want to know what it's like passing the 3, I'll just talk to my dad.
Yeah, I have no idea how many other Gen Xers are in the chat right now, but I've passed the 3.0 quite a while ago.
Hi,
Did
Dad,
you
Pat.
know that Galaxy Quest...
With what's the saying? With age comes wisdom.
My dad passed the 3.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't feel
Clearly
shame
you
for
guys are
getting
the
older.
exception.
My dad passed the 3.0 30 years ago.
Don't worry,
So
you'll get
he's
if you become a wizard.
let's see, carry the 5, and then you divide by 82. He's that many years old.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys some math to work with. When Star Wars came out, I was 2.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
And Brian, Neostar says in the chat, I don't know how to use Negromancy.
Aw, man. You gotta take him in as your Padawan.
Nah, I have. It doesn't work like that, man. You gotta get chosen. Gotta earn it.
It chooses you, yes.
One of the legendary black men from history will descend from the heavens and be like, "Now is your time, my child." DMX finally joined them. He's among them now.
He didn't die, he just went home.
Except
Exactly.
for Poochie. Poochie died on his way back to his home planet.
Have you seen that video? I was like, have you seen that video of DMX at that concert? Where like it's like Woodstock '99.
Yeah.
And he's getting the whole crowd to say the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the closest humanity got to ending racism right there. That whole concert. And we took it for granted.
Times. But now we're bringing it back.
We're bringing that shit back.
I have a dream that one day the one with 2 sabers will unite with the lady who can't keep her pants on and fight zombies.
Yeah. Oh my god. So much fun.
And
So much
that's
fun.
the story of how the Mythoverse got disinvited from every comic book convention ever.
You know, at this point, I'd wear that like a badge of honor. It's like being turned down by Marvel and DC.
You know, all the cons I've been to, and admittedly, I'm one of those people that kind of gets exhausted by, socializing in person.
Yeah.
But if I ever write like, and I haven't been to cons extensively by any means, but if I ever write a book about my con experience, I already know what the title's going to be.
What is it?
A Hurricane of Autism.
That.
Yeah, that.
Hey, Dan. Well, I'm just to the gills. Can we put the song on?
I don't know.
Mine was going to be titled Pass the Deodorant, but that's a good title.
Pass the deodorant, as if they know what that word means.
Yeah, I think
It's like showers.
that reminds me of a tweet I saw recently where they said, soap and deodorant is a construct of the patriarchy, and then someone replied, "Clearly, you've never been to an anime convention." Anyway.
Wait till they go to a convention.
Hey Brett, do you think you can manage to operate the bot to play the song, or?
Let's see.
I got a quick question though, because now I'm really curious.
Lesbians.
So who's the more seclusive and nerdy of the two, the otaku or the comic fan?
Otaku.
Definitely the otaku, because they definitely I remember like there was this special. I don't remember where it was, but there was this guy that was playing one of those dating sims, and he said, "Don't you think this girl's pretty?" And the guy said, "Wait, wouldn't you rather go out with a real girl?" And he said, "But don't you think she's pretty?"
All right.
That was the Japanese otaku documentary, right?
Right.
The guy, it was like a bunch of guys over 30. They don't even date or anything. Yeah, I remember that. It was creepy as fuck.
It was weird. It was weird.
They were incels before incels was a thing.
And that was
pretty much.
And that was what I really liked about Cobra Kai season 3 when he went back to Okinawa and he reunited with the characters from Karate Kid 2. neither of them had kids, and I was like, wow, that's pretty accurate because the birth rate is very low in Japan right now.
Alright, I'm gonna play the song now.
Play the song.
Oh boy.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
Hey, Scott, thank you. Thank you for all your help promoting it, man. It really meant a lot.
I don't think it went through. I'm gonna try it again.
Just so you know, Brett, I am definitely archiving this. So it will not die, it'll be forever.
Pixels can never betray you.
I will mute.
You got the touch! You got the power!
Jesus Christ, what is this?
Yeah! After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run, you're a
Epic.
Got the move, you know the street. Break the rules, take the heat, you know nobody's move. You're at your best when the going gets rough. You've been put through the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch.
You got the power.
You got the power. Well, hell's breaking loose. You'll be right
in the eye of the storm. You got the heart.
You got the motion. Know that when things get too tough, you got the touch.
It's everything I hoped it would be.
Never bend, you never break. You seem to know just what it takes. You're a fighter. It's in the blood, it's in the will, it's in the mighty hands of steel. When you stand in your ground, and you never give in when your back's to the wall. Gonna fight to the end, and you're taking it on.
That's what she said.
You got the touch. You got the power. When all hell's breaking loose, you'll be right in the eye of the storm. You got the heart. You got the motion. You know that when things get too tough, you got the touch. You fight forever. You know you got no touch. And you'll never give in when your back's to a wall. Gonna fight to the end, and you're taking it all. You got the touch. You got the power.
Nice.
This is like.
This is everything I hoped it would be and more.
This is like.
This is better than all my birthdays combined.
Transformers, the movie on DVD, but you buy it from like some guy on the side of the street, pop it in, and you just immediately know something ain't right with this dub.
Yeah, it's like in Arabic.
Illegally recorded. The sound quality was bad, so the guy recorded it and redubbed everything.
Nice, Brett. That was epic. You are the man, and then some. Holy cow. Anyway, I finished the boot off, so that's about as far as I think I can go for tonight. That's let me see how many Guinnesses that was.
That was 6 Guinnesses at least.
Hey Brett, Lenore wants to know if you're okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like you just heard that.
No.
All
right.
You know.
So that's how many I went through tonight.
Lenore, when somebody has this many drinks...
It was only 2.
oh God. Oh God. Oh,
yeah.
Oh God.
Oh God is right.
So I went through that many Guinnesses in addition to all the Jameson and the.
Wait,
no, I'm gonna agree with Nebel here in the chat. Nobody's okay. That's why they drink.
It's true.
Hold on, I got a question. So if you get 4 Irish car bombs and Das Boot, wouldn't you need 3 Guinnesses to fill Das Boot?
Well, let me show you the Das Boot that I'm using.
Lenore called brother lightweight. It's on.
I mean, I'm glad someone said it.
I've said it like 8 times, but I don't have tits, so it doesn't count. I guess.
Okay.
Brett, I just finished my 10th beer, and I just got done taking a 3rd shot. And this is how I sound. You have no excuse. None.
To be fair, Brian, I wasn't here when you said it, so it's like when a tree falls in the forest. I didn't hear it, so I couldn't count it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to be fair, it's not a full-size Das Boot, but the full-size Das Boot that I had has broken in the dishwasher. It's really sad. I was very sad to see it go. So this is a half-size Das Boot, but I fit 3 Guinnesses into it.
Hey Dan, congrats! You've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. It's a new benchmark. Got a trophy.
I got a trophy, and I am awesome. I am amazing. You know what else is amazing? The fact that let me get something here. You see this book right here?
Alrighty.
This book, Sailor Rogowski. Everyone that backed the campaign is getting this digitally because Brian's just a prince. He's a king.
Oh yeah, that. I gotta go fix that.
Just so you know, this book is absolutely a stellar home run. The artwork is basically Luigi flexing and showing how badass he is. Hey Brian, I know that you had to micromanage a lot of the fight scenes in Rags because it was a bit more grounded in tone, but this one, I think you gave him a little bit more free reign. Is that right?
Pretty much. It was like, hey man, just go and have fun. And that was his only guidance. And then he showed me a layout. I'm like, yeah, that works.
Yeah, he does a lot.
Have fun with it, man.
Yeah, this is the foil version right here, and what's really cool is that it's presented reverse like a manga. So if you try to open it here like a goofball American, it says, "This is the back page, by the way." So if you go here, story by Daquan Jenkins. I don't know who he is, but he's pretty good. I think you need to hire him more often. But look at this. This is incredible. See, Luigi isn't even really doing the style he did in Rags. This is like more of a manga style. He's so versatile.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back. I did the word bubbles this time.
You did do the word bubbles, yes. And I had no idea how much Japanese you knew, because you sent me the Japanese bubbles, and for the super secret audio project we're doing for this, I sent it over to a Japanese voice actor, and she said, "Yeah, I can read that. That makes perfect sense."
Yeah, it took a minute to get everything like context-wise written the right way. I had to cheat, but
so how fluent are you in Japanese? I know you spent some time over there while you were in the service.
I spent 4 years in Japan, so I have a lot of conversational Japanese, but it only really comes out when I'm drunk as shit and I have somebody Japanese to talk to, because it takes a minute for like my brain to switch from English to Japanese. It's like a little delay. You know, it's kind of like when you boot up a server, it's got like that 5 minutes of boot time.
Yeah.
It's like starting up a lawnmower.
So it's kind of like my wife is.
No. So like a lawnmower would be like, oh, you're going from like English to English, right? Just a couple of like jerks and like, okay, yeah, I get this. But like English to Japanese is like I have to pretty much shut off a portion of my brain and retranslate everything in my head before I speak, and that takes some time. And in order to do that more efficiently, I have to kill a portion of my brain to do it.
All right.
I'm not sure if that
give it a
makes sense,
shot.
but
Let me give it a shot. Nobody daijoubu desu.
minatachi wa daijoubu janai desu.
America kara desu. I'm from. I know
No,
how to
it's
say I'm
just-
from
it was-
America. That's about it.
I was saying, I don't know if I'm saying
Nihongo.
it right, but I was
Well,
trying to
America
say
cheese.
nobody is okay.
I know how to say I want a hamburger. I think. Let me try that. Hamburger.
Nihongo.
Onegaishimasu.
Hamburger o onegaishimasu.
Shinderu.
I know how to say I have not had a good day. Let me try that. Iie, amara genki de wa arimasen.
俺は元気じゃないだ。
Yeah, see, I basically get into foreign languages enough to introduce myself, ask you how your day's gone, and whether or not I've had a good day, and then I just never go any further.
I instinctively know how to say I'm sorry in every language. I think I might be part Canadian.
Or you're just French.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
French.
Sorry,
No.
French was surrender. My
Yeah,
bad.
I was say French is surrender.
I know how to say that in
I'm
German.
sorry.
I know how to say, Kamerad, I surrender.
Literal Nazi.
I am a literal
Well,
Nazi.
I'm actually afraid to go to Germany because what little German I know is learned exclusively from like World War I and II documentaries
Oh my god.
or video games.
Just don't be that guy.
Get on.
Lenore says my inner weeb is thrashing. I don't know what she means by thrashing. Is that good or bad?
I'm gonna go with good.
Okay, yeah. I think I need more good
I mean,
in
she's
my
a
life
weeb.
right now.
Who cares? She's a
Like-
weeb. Who
like-
cares what she thinks?
Hey,
look, listen. The only
I care what
German
Lenore
I
thinks.
know
She's awesome.
is from
Yeah, but she's
uh,
a weeb
France,
though. Like
She is a
there's,
weeb,
there's
but
human, and then there's weeb.
apparently.
All right, the last of this glass I'm gonna use.
I mean,
to
do we
grab
really
the
have
thing that's on
enough
for us.
like clout
Thank
to
you,
talk
Brad.
shit about weebs? We do comics.
Yeah, so we're
I
not
mean,
even
yeah,
at the
That's
level.
just like a step below weebdom.
We're not even at the level of manga yet. I mean, they're absolutely
Speak for
running.
yourself.
They're not even running. They're running circles around us. Those manga artists. If you look at what we're up against, holy cow! If you look at like One Piece, for example, what they put out on a weekly basis, it's like holy
Okay,
cow.
look, that is not an accurate comparison for an indie comic book creator to One Piece, literally the biggest manga in Japan.
Yeah, he
You
probably
know
has. He
that.
probably has a staff of like
No.
10 artists.
You
working
know
on it.
that. You know
They
that
really
the
do.
guy who made One Piece, he once put out an ad asking for an assistant, and he literally said in the ad, the assistant must be willing to die for One Piece, and he wasn't kidding.
He said he must be willing
I
to
mean,
die
he's
for
that
One
much.
Piece.
I mean, that is their Japanese work ethic.
There are cases
wanna
in
know
Japan
something?
literally working themselves to death.
Yeah, it's
Oh, well,
actually
yeah.
a huge problem.
Yeah,
What?
because I remember
I'm
when
confused.
I was in Japan.
Is Art Life with Lenore, or someone who's pretending to be Lenore? I don't understand.
It's Lenore, because I DM'd her the link.
Okay.
She's got a wrench, so I think it's the real Lenore.
All right, but what does she mean by Lenore doesn't care what Lenore thinks? LOL. I don't understand.
It's
That
Lenore.
means Lenore doesn't care what Lenore thinks.
It's
Okay.
Lenore.
I mean, she spelled it out for you. What more do you want?
It's
Lenore?
that's fair. It's pretty literal. So
It's Lenore. It's Lenore. It makes about as much sense as anything else she does.
Remember when the Burj Khalifa opened?
No.
yeah, the
Mia
world's
Khalifa,
tallest
yeah, I
building.
remember watching her.
World's tallest building. And it was, there's all sorts of things: office space, recreational facilities, server rooms, what have you. And a Japanese firm opened up in it. And literally the first month of the opening of the tallest building of the world, a Japanese salaryman jumped out of the building and killed himself.
Well, what better
One
place to
month.
do it than off the Burj Khalifa?
I know, but it's like, can you
Oh my
not
god.
hold back on fulfilling your people's stereotypes for 1 month?
Look, all right, you know what? Stereotypes are there for a reason.
They are.
There are at
Alright.
least somewhat based in truth in most cases. All right, at least in the aggregate. All right, so because I've had like 7 Guinnesses, I'm gonna go ahead and play a game right now that involves driving a car because I think that's funny to drive drunk. So I'm gonna boot up F1 2020.
How do you think I got here today?
I'm gonna boot up F1 2020 and just DNF the shit out of every single race.
Yeah.
Oh no, I must be very drunk. I tried to light up a Q-tip like a cigarette.
You
I
lighted
don't
up a
even smoke.
Q-tip like
I
a
don't even
cigarette?
smoke.
Oh my god, you lightweights.
I don't even
I'm about to say
smoke.
like that might not even be alcohol. That's just like I don't know what I mean, but that thing right there.
Okay, let me
I have a feeling that Brett knocked us out.
Brett, are you awake?
Snoring? He's
Maybe.
snoring.
Brett,
Maybe I am.
are you awake, Brett?
I don't know.
How much have you had, Brett?
God.
You're never gonna make
What
it if
did
this
he
is as much
have?
as you can have.
He only had like Natty Light, 2 shots of Natty Light.
I
Oh
don't know.
my god, Brett.
Was he drinking before he got on stream?
No, all he had was water and some Natty Light.
Oh my god, dude! Even I. People make fun of me for being a lightweight, but holy crap, dude! Dude, aren't you supposed to be the Irishman here? You know,
I can usually. I'm not a very good Irishman because I'm not
Look,
Catholic.
you're making all of us gingers look bad.
I'm not Catholic, and also I can usually count the number of drinks I have in a given year on one hand.
No,
Oh my
that's you
God.
count on one hand.
Oh,
There's a lot of things I can count on one hand.
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Alright, so I'm gonna start a new driver career. And I'm gonna use my Skip Sparks model here. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
Oh,
we
you got a
didn't-
skip model?
I got a skip model, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and start up a career here. And I'm going to walk right into the premier team in Formula One because that's something you can totally do. You can just walk
God.
into the premier team in F1, Mercedes. And I'm going to have Lewis Hamilton as my teammate because
Ew.
I definitely want to have a challenge. Because
Oh
Bottas
god,
is.
Leo's about to encounter a drunk Brett.
Uh oh.
Remember, drunk is a state of mind. You're only as drunk as you act like
You
you
know,
are.
I actually caught a glimpse of him when I was singing, and he actually looked terrified.
By the way, Brett,
I mean,
you.
you were
surprised.
singing. You should never do that again. Ever.
By the way,
By the way, Brett, I really admire your balls for actually going through with that.
I can't. Hey, I
By
fucking.
the
if
way,
anything-
I
if
try to
anything-
say I know you
Dan, if
from
anything, I keep my,
before.
if anything, I keep my word, Dan.
I know. Okay. So here's my Skip Sparks is teammated with the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. He has
Dan.
like 3 times my acclaim. So I don't know how I'm gonna. Why would Mercedes hire me? I have no idea. It makes no sense at all. Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I
yes.
have the greatest idea ever.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Skip should have a brother named Bubba.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm supposed to.
so
I don't know what it is about me giving my female characters bizarre names. I think it's because I want them to be distinct.
let me just express my disappointment that the Sparks.
I'm not a
Racing
basic
Team's
white
colors
girl.
Are not white with blue racing stripes, as is tradition.
All right.
Second,
What's that thing called when you have to have like a symmetrical name?
Oh,
Like your first-
Alliteration.
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 Yeah, that's my thing. Everything has to be like alliterated
Yeah, like Regina
in some way,
Rogowski.
shape, or form.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they're divided into 2 categories: assonance and consonants.
Yeah, so that's why I called her Skip Sparks because I wanted it to be alliteration.
That's what Stan did. That's what Stan did with half them characters he made with Marvel. He just gave them alliterative names because they were easy to remember.
Peter Parker, Bruce Banner. Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, because it's
when,
like a lot of the Marvel characters have like the same Like their initials are just like BB, PP, and stuff like that.
SR.
Let me
Okay.
know when.
So like it's very simple stuff.
All right, so I'm in the Mercedes garage, paddock. I'm sorry, and I'm standing opposite the 7-time world champion. I'm gonna skip practice and go straight to qualifying. Oh, I'm not allowed to skip the first section of practice. Why? Oh, you son of a bitch! I don't want to drive around in practice. I want to race.
Oh no!
Let me know when Flying Sparks does its Kickstarter, because I want to do a stream, and now that I have a PC that can run it finally, I want to do a stream of R Factor 2. Preferably like a 12 to 24 hour marathon, if I can pull that off, to drum up enthusiasm for the project.
You got it, man. I gotta talk to Will Buxton. They're not letting me skip this cutscene. I like Will Buxton. He's cool, but I would...
Oh, it is Will Buxton.
Yeah, Will Buxton is like one of the Formula One journalists.
I know.
I think he's cool. I like him pretty much, but I've seen this 1,000 times now, and I just want to skip it, but they won't let me.
No, you watch this cutscene. You put all this work into it, you're gonna watch it.
We motion captured Will Buxton, and he put all this voice acting that we paid like millions of dollars for. So
I missed the end at the SNBC. I can't, among other things, the Sky F1 coverage that they switched to when Fox got the rights to F1 in the US is part of the reason I stopped watching for like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, this is why I can't skip the cutscene, because I have to answer these questions, and that determines the research track. Okay, and also my acclaim. All right.
It's a character creation.
Yes. I'm gonna beat the hell out of this guy that's a 7-time world champion as a rookie. Why not?
Hey man, anything's possible.
The only other person Lewis Hamilton has had to beat these past years is Bottas and Rosberg.
Yeah, Rosberg actually beat him once and then immediately retired.
Does anyone understand what they're talking about?
I did it
Formula One.
Something about cars in Formula One.
Vroom vroom.
Fast cars go vroom vroom. Yes. What else?
You turn key, you press gas, and you win. That's how it goes, right?
Well, actually, no. In order to save weight, Formula One cars do not have an onboard starting system.
Hey, wait! Doesn't Mirage from Transformers turn into an F1?
All right.
Yes.
Just so you know, I am going to absolutely suck here.
Why would he turn into an F1 when his whole gimmick is that he's a Transformer that can turn invisible?
Wait,
That doesn't-
what are you doing?
Why does any Autobot waste of time turn into a car when they can turn into a tank?
Did you know Mirage
Do
has a cigarette
Autobots
brand
have
on him?
life
And
insurance
on the
or car
toy?
insurance?
You
Did you
have
know that?
steering and brake suggestion on.
They have
Get
alien
that off
insurance.
the screen.
Oh my god, I suck right now. And I'm driving the best car on the grid too. I'm driving the Mercedes
That's always
W11.
bothered me about Transformers. How come the Decepticons have the monopoly on war vehicles, and like Autobots are always like, I'm going to be a generic sports car.
Well, I think weren't there Autobots? I'm sorry, weren't the Decepticons like gladiators, and the Autobots were like slaves?
Yes, they were. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Depending on which lore you want to follow,
Yeah,
yes.
The only the Combaticons turn into military vehicles.
What about the Seekers? You know, Starscream, Skywarp.
Yeah, but what about the Dinobots?
Those don't count.
Listen, those are on a whole new league.
That's right.
Well, there's
Dinosaurs,
2
motherfucker.
Dinobots.
I caused the yellow
And then-
flag. I suck so bad.
Combat.
Transformers is one of those things where it's like, the more you think about it, the less sense it makes.
Yes. Also, I really like the.
I mean, isn't that really any kind of toy line from the 80s?
No, I feel like Transformers is probably, like, as much as I love it, it's probably one of the more egregious ones because it's very clearly made up as it went.
Dan, I'm just.
Because they didn't
I'm
expect
gonna
it
cut you.
to be as popular
Hello,
as it was.
I've had 7 Guinnesses right now, roughly. I'm trying my best.
Well, you're only driving like you had like 4.
And yes, I am driving the Mercedes W11, which is the best car ever made in F1.
Dan,
I have no
Dan,
excuse.
You need to turn bitch assist off. Steering assist needs to be off. Brake assist needs to be off.
Hey, I don't think I'm quite ready for that in my current state.
You're literally asking him to take off the training wheels, and I don't think he's ready for that.
No. I was never that good at this game. Oh my god, I'm in the marbles. I suck.
Hi, Matt
I
Riss
spun
is
around.
on the chat. What's up,
Matt
Matt?
D. Riss.
Holy
Matt D?
crap. Okay.
Matt D. Riss. Jesus, you're off the road, man. Get back on there.
I suck.
You're going the wrong way.
Off-road dad.
Can Dan do the alphabet backwards?
Yes.
What are those people thinking right now?
Well,
This is the best driver ever.
the fact that I can just walk
gonna
into
take
Trust me,
Mercedes.
NASCAR would be so much better if you added, and hear me out, a couple of landmines, a few weapons on the cars.
How
Just
about
saying.
Ryan,
too?
you're basically describing a demolition derby.
I was like, he's literally talking about turning into
But
Mario
with
Kart.
rockets, I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, so while I was in ALC, I discovered that Robot Jocks is on Amazon.
Robot
So I'm gonna
Jocks.
go fucking-
Oh, that's
Robot
an
Jocks.
awesome movie.
That's a cool.
And I'm really sad that they never made like a sequel to that. Because think about it, if you could actually write like a giant, well, pretty much write Zoids, but with like bipedal robots in America, that'd be fucking dope.
Don't give me ideas.
W.
I miss Zoids.
I do miss
Zoids is one of those shows / franchises that like I thought for a minute that I'd made it up because no one really talked about it and I never saw any like merchandise for it.
I used to see merchandise
Really?
for it all the time.
I had a
Yeah,
I had a
'cause, like-
Liger Zero kit that I built, and it was like robotic
Yeah, I
and
did
shit.
Yeah, I had one. It wasn't a kit, but it shot missiles and stuff. And like, I had it when I was a kid. As years went on, stuff like that gets lost. And I just remember like one day where it's like, I found like the VHS of like the first few episodes, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't make this up. Like, this is real. Like, cause I don't think I've ever met a person like in real life. Not talking online.
Ooh,
At that
I
time,
went
I
off.
don't think I've
Real
ever met
people.
someone who knew. Huh?
Nothing.
I miss being a kid and being able to throw away my disbelief at some things. Like, wait, how? Like, remember the second Zoid series when they were almost like animals and they would find them and like it was more like mystical and stuff. And not.
See, that's what threw me off is because I know the later seasons got really like different from what the original was, and I was like, I think that kind of confused me. Like, wait, did I make that up? Because this doesn't sound real.
I never asked questions like how did they maintain these things? I never asked that.
The same way they maintain shit 40K. They just don't.
Well, because in the first series, they were just machines. It wasn't until the Liger Zero was it suggested that they might be alive. But, am I remembering that right? Like, it wasn't until that one in particular was there ever like the idea that sentience was possible among these things. And then like the later series, it was literally like, oh, now they're all sentient essentially.
Don't remember.
I'm just realizing how much I lucked out now by having an actual racing wheel.
Yeah, I'm playing with
might
an
have to-
Xbox controller right now.
Does anybody remember Sim Raceway? I don't know if
What?
it's still around, but Sim Raceway was like an independent racing sim developed
Nope.
back in 2010.
I hear iRacing's pretty popular right now.
iRacing is really popular. It's been popular for a long time. But Sim Raceway, they actually like teamed up with like somebody to actually do like some actual like Sim Raceway like open wheeled racing cars, and they would do like competitions and stuff. And it was supposed to be like this, I want to say multimedia thing where it was paired with real racing and esports racing, and that kind of fell through. But during that time, I managed to purchase from them something they did for a limited time. It was a racing wheel. It kind of looks like a Formula One racing wheel.
Which
it
is
even
like...
has it even has like lights that show you like when you're supposed to upshift. But it's a motion controlled one, so rather than actually having to like screw it onto your desk or anything, it's just this free floating wired
Free
US
floating torso vapor apparition.
and
Free floating.
And it's real.
I thought we were done with the Japanese.
No, that was
We're done with the
Ghostbusters
Japanese.
reference.
Yeah.
to tell you like where to tell like whether you're turning it left or right. And so it's very portable. You can I remember taking it to college quite a few times just in class, like between classes I would raise. That's a really cool piece of tech.
And if I can't overtake Giovinazzi and that Alfa Romero, I suck. Okay.
Yeah, he's right there. Just get him. Get him.
He's a back marker.
Get
I've
him.
got the best car on the grid. I ought to.
Yo, just whip out a pistol and just take out his tires.
Like I'm saying, just needs like a little Ford machine guns and headlights.
I went off again. I suck.
Be way more interesting.
Okay, yeah, he's absolutely right. If they were just like, if NASCAR was just like the drivers just whipping out guns and just taking out everyone else's tires, I totally watch that shit.
Right.
Brian is basically describing Twisted Metal.
Yeah, there was a game called Auto Duel in the 80s that was.
Oh, I forgot about Twisted Metal.
I was actually
think
describing.
you said that.
So
in a
did
place.
Tony.
Speed Racer.
Oh, Speed Racer with the car foo.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, there was a Wii game that my son loved where you could actually like shunt and spin and do all that kind of cool car foo stuff. And that was a
Wait
major...
a minute, I know what Wii game that is.
Yeah.
That is Speed Racer game.
Uh-huh.
They released it for PlayStation. I have it.
Yeah, I still have it too. My son was a
Solid game.
huge fan of the Speed Racer film, and so was I.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah, it was...
It's like one of those hidden gems.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first, but it eventually grew on me.
Oh man,
I really liked how John Goodman just nailed the character he was supposed to be
Neil
playing.
Pops.
Yeah,
Okay,
because he
so
did the
game-
grunt and everything just right.
Well, right. But
It's so weird because John Goodman is like,
Oh, I suck so bad at this.
One of my favorite scenes in all of movies is where he is talking to Speed on the couch. It's just the two of them, and that whole thing, Pop sounds like what my dad would say.
Yeah.
It felt so real. Like, you know, if you feel like you need to do this, that's fine, but I'll always be here for you because I love you. I'm like, that's perfect.
I'm being lapped by a back marker in a Mercedes. I am the worst driver ever.
Oh my god.
and like I'm no race car driver, but can I give you a bit of advice?
Sure. I don't know if it'll do any good, but go ahead.
I think it would. Be better.
Be better.
Get good.
Well, when you think about it, race car drivers today need to be Olympic level athletes to withstand like 5 Gs of deceleration multiple times per lap. I'm definitely not that.
Nah, I want to see like the world's greatest race car driver, and it's just some like chunky dude who barely fits into his car, but somehow he just gets it done.
You know what's funny? Now that you mention
that. Oh my god. That would be like a great plot point for that other thing that we're doing together.
Yes. You know what's funny is I looked through the older Indy 500 races, like the 90s and the 80s, and a lot of those guys looked like accountants. Like, they were not in good shape. They were like in their late 40s. I think AJ Foyt actually raced until he was in his 50s. But, you know, he was obviously special. But nowadays they would not be able to withstand the forces that drivers face today, especially with the enhanced aero and downforce that F1 has. Like, you literally have to be an Olympic athlete to be able to even drive these cars.
You remember that?
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
You ever feel like Dan? Like, you ever feel like the older you get, the more you have to do, but it's like worthless. So like
Yes,
back when I was growing up, it's like, oh, you need a college degree, so you could get like a bachelor's degree in like anything, and you're automatically making like buku dollars.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's like you need like a master's degree, 8 years of experience, and 9 different certifications. Just to get entry level $9 an hour fucking jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so fucking heartbreaking.
It really is.
You know.
I mean, I feel for the younger programmers in my field who are just.
And what sucks a lot is that like some of the most successful people in the world never finish college. Like, I know there's a bit of a difference for some of them, but it's like still, it's like You're always telling people to finish college, and it's like you do realize that a lot of the richest people in the world today didn't even finish college or even go to college.
Yeah, but those are the people that are like fountainheads. You know, they are sources of energy that other people feed off of. You know, it's like Steve Jobs had so many ideas. He was a visionary. And...
I mean, I got ideas too, but you don't see people paying me.
Well,
this is fair.
All it is like marketing yourself.
Yeah.
I could tell you, like, my first 4 years of trying to get comic shit done, couldn't get anybody to look at me sideways until, like, we just started producing shit and marketing better.
I'm passing you, Leclerc. Fuck off. All right, sorry.
Fuck you, Leclerc.
Fuck you, Leclerc.
Are you gonna pass him?
Are you gonna pass him? I totally passed him, but they passed me back because I ran off the track because I suck.
Because you said that, and then I noticed you never got in front of him. I'm totally passing him. Never gets in front of him.
My fellow alumni, we graduated.
Okay, I give up. I can't do this when I've had 8 Guinnesses or whatever. How many?
No, that's quitter talk.
We
finish.
You finish. You finish. Mama didn't raise no fucking quitter here.
I will finish. I will finish.
As he drives all the way to the gravel.
I will get to the first Grand Prix and I will win.
Doesn't the Australian GP have like 70-something laps?
Well, I never play at the 100%. So that's insane.
You know, I can see Dan becoming like people's fan favorite racer because it's like this guy has crashed into the wall at more times than I can think of. He just didn't quit. Just didn't stop.
It's like, what was that guy the ski jumper, Eddie the Eagle, or whatever his name was? Like, he sucked so badly, but everyone just loved to see him try.
iRacing does have a problem with its tire model, though, because there was this one dude that races, I think, IndyCar, and he did iRacing, and he was, like, constantly, like, crashing and shit, and he's, like, really good in, like, the actual races, and he was like, something's not right with the tires in this one.
Oh, speaking of IndyCar, Romain Grosjean is going to be having his debut at the St. Petersburg Grand Prix, and yeah, I love Grosjean. I really think he got a raw deal, and he was racing.
And everybody like comparing him to what's his name, the guy that Pastor Maldonado.
Yes.
A lot of people compared him to him.
Yeah, he's just I really got upset for him because, especially after his terrifying crash at the Grand Prix last year, and he was in a Haas, which means he had no chance of getting a podium, let alone a win. And he was putting his life at risk constantly. And when he had that fiery crash that shouldn't happen anymore with modern F1 cars, I was like, what is he even doing? He's risking his life to come in like 17th, you know? And and he moved over to IndyCar because Haas had to find sponsors, essentially. They needed a German driver, or else they wouldn't have this sponsor come on board. So they got Schumacher, and Mazepin was basically a paid driver, so they needed his money. But Grosjean and Magnussen both were basically given the boot from Haas, and Magnussen went on to the IMSA series, and he came really close to winning Daytona, but not quite. I
have a quick question.
Yep. American driver that kept.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Is this what white people talk about?
Hey, there's no sport more exciting than racing. It's the closest thing to heaven.
Oh, actually, no. Naked volleyball.
Yeah, naked volleyball is absolutely, definitely beats racing, but I think that's it.
Ooh. It's
Man.
no. It's,
Ever since I found that league, man.
It's golf.
Wait, I heard it sounded like a bit of clarity in Brett for a second.
Okay, Dan, what was the name of that one dude? It was like in 2014, 2015. They kept promising him that he would get a seat in the next race, and it almost never happened. He was an American driver.
I'm not sure. American drivers don't do well in F1.
That's my point.
Yeah.
He was an okay driver, and they said, like, next race, you'll take the spot of the second guy, and you'll get to have your first F1 race. And they kept on delaying it, and eventually he just went to IndyCar, and he did really well.
Fucking Lenore naked volleyball played in the middle of a racetrack.
Like,
yeah, let's do that. I'm totally on board with naked volleyball on a racetrack.
Followed by some lingerie football afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what, gentlemen? I think we're in the wrong business.
They keep screwing over drivers.
Time to turn the ship around.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah, what basically happened was, so Magnuson and Grosjean were both fired from Haas at the same time because Haas was about to fold and they needed sponsorship, and this German sponsor would only sponsor them if they had a German driver, so they got Mick Schumacher, and Nikita Mazepin, who had a lot of money. So Grosjean went to IndyCar, and Magnussen went to IMSA. And Grosjean is having his debut at St. Petersburg, and we're actually gonna be able to go see that. And I really hope that he does well, because he was risking his life for no chance at a win at all. And after that crash last season, where he basically had to crawl his way out of a fireball to avoid death, it's like, why is he even doing that? Because the Haas had no chance of taking any points, let alone a podium.
Haas did really well the first season.
They did fine the first season, sure, but now they're basically backmarkers. And it made me really sad to see Grosjean trying his hardest, because he actually scored some podiums, but he just had no chance in that car.
Alexander Rossi, that's who it was.
Okay, finally, I can simulate the practice, so I can go to the Grand Prix and fuck up.
Yeah, in 2015.
Simulate. Oh, never mind.
It was Caterham and Marussia that he drove for, and then they kept like, "You'll premiere next race, kid," and then I think he got like one of them.
The problem with Formula One is it's so fucking expensive. Like,
well, it not just. People don't get this. Formula One isn't just expensive for Formula One. You basically need to come from a family that has money, because unless you do that, you won't be able to compete in karting. And if you don't compete in karting,
yeah. I bought a kart for my daughter, and I wanted her to race in the regional league, and it's several $1,000s just to get a kart that's up to spec. Holy cow!
It's heartbreaking. There could be some like kid in like bumfuck Africa who could have the potential to be the greatest the driver of the world has ever seen. We'll never know, because he'll spend his entire life in some village.
Right.
Well, this is why we have them sell coke.
This is true. This is true. I wonder.
Kids need to get in that entrepreneur spirit early.
It is sad though. There was this documentary. There was this kid that was like really gifted. There's like 2 leagues in Britain. One's like more of a professional karting league, and one's like more of like an indie sort of deal.
Yeah.
And there was this one kid from the indie deal who definitely was probably better than like most of the people in the more expensive league. But eventually, his parents they just didn't have the money and weren't able to get funding to keep him going. So that's a potentially really good F1 driver that we're just never going to see.
Yeah.
Because the economic costs of his parents being able to support him to do it.
Yeah, it is such an expensive sport, but
you have to be doing it from like 6 years old.
Yeah, like my daughter's 10, okay, and she's. Oh, I suck. I can't qualify. I'm just gonna stop playing this right now.
Don't you dare
keep going. I believe in you.
Okay.
You keep going.
Okay, I will try again. I am in the.
You become the people's champion right now.
Right.
I'm in the best car on the grid, and I'm going off the track like a complete amateur.
You know damn well that would be a popular like racer, someone who was just terrible at it, but they just kept.
Yes.
So,
there's a driver named Mahavir Raghunathan, who was banned twice during his Formula 2 campaign because he kept breaking the rules. In particular, oh my god, he's so funny. I mean, unless you're a fan of motorsport, you won't understand why it's so funny. But this guy basically bought his way into Formula 2, which was the feeder series for Formula 1. And he, on the Monaco Grand Prix, basically cut through the pit lane to pass like 5 or 6 drivers, and then he was given a penalty, which resulted in a ban. And he said, "Oh, well, but I've learned my lesson. I'll do better next time." And I think he was the only driver to be banned twice. It was really sad.
There was one driver, I can't remember what her name was. She was like, it was actually kind of sad because it was like, I think it was like the first female driver in F1. But she got banned from being too slow, which can happen.
Well, yeah, there's the 107% rule. You have to be at least 107% behind the pace setter. And I think you're thinking of Tatiana Calderon.
I think that was it.
Yeah, she ended up being a test driver for Alfa Romeo, which was cool. I mean, that's the first woman to ever get that far.
Let me just say, like, being a bad F1 driver still means you're probably better than like almost every driver in the world. Like,
F1 cars
like being
are
like the worst person in the NBA means you're still better at playing basketball
Yes.
than millions of other people.
You're like at the top 1% of athletes if you can even get into the NBA, let alone be the worst of the NBA. Like the people that get into the NBA are supermen. Like that's
I don't know,
insane.
because sometimes like I don't know. I feel like that's more applicable for some sports, but not all.
Well, at least the NFL. I know for a fact the NFL. Anyone that makes it to the NFL are supermen. Like you have to be.
This way.
You're not normal.
Let me put it this way: even the worst player in the NBA is still making more money than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the worst player in the NBA can beat the shit out of any college basketball player for sure.
I don't know about that.
And yet a high school soccer team could beat the women.
I was just thinking about that, Dylan. Like the U.S. women's soccer team got beat by 14-year-old boys.
Holy crap! I qualified second. Suck it, bitches.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
I qualified second in the Mercedes W11,
wait,
which is the fastest Formula 1
up.
car ever built.
Wait a minute. You're telling me after all the crashes,
I'm only 200ths behind Hamilton, the 7-time world champion.
Wait a minute. You're telling me after all the times we saw this man's car kissing the wall,
yeah,
he still came in second.
I came in second because I'm driving a Mercedes W11.
Could you imagine being like? Could you imagine losing to that?
Oh God, yeah. Well, welcome to being Valtteri Bottas.
And I'm gonna kick your ass. If I 1v1 you in any racing game, I will kick your ass.
Of course you will. I'm not good at this game at all.
That's
I think this is like the 10th time I've played this game, and I'm a motorsport fanatic. I just don't have the time to play it. So anyone that actually plays it will slaughter me.
Okay, go onto YouTube. If you ever have any free time, go onto YouTube and look up Skip Barber racing. And there's actually like a really good. It's made in like the 90s, late 80s or something, but it's a really good primer. It's designed for students of racing to teach them the basics of open wheel racing. I definitely recommend it. There's so much information in it.
Cool.
Mario Kart.
No, I absolutely am.
Mario Kart.
I'm a motorsport fanatic, but I cannot do it, and that's fine.
Love how Brett has been completely silent this entire time, and sit here talking, and Adam, you just hear Mario Kart.
Hey, check this out. I am.
That's
just,
because like he's been like.
Skip Sparks is right behind Lewis fucking Hamilton. Okay, Lewis Hamilton is like a god in the modern F1 era. I can totally see
Brett, like he's got like a headset on and he's on his phone. Like that's how he's able to walk around. But he's like in his bathroom. And he's got like the sink running, or he's got the tub running just in case he throws up. And all of a sudden, he occasionally just wakes up because he hears a word that just excites his brain, and he'll just add something to it.
All right, be right back, guys. I gotta deal with a problem with the kid.
He's partial. Someone's partial.
Lenore says, "Take a shit." What?
I'm just not walking around. I'm just not walking around my apartment, but I'm just laying down on the floor.
needs to address.
Such a lightweight.
No, his condition reminds me of so many times where like when I'll be like what was that? I was in Cuba and we live right next to the Marines, and the Marines knew that like most of the Navy people living in the building in the barracks were corpsmen. So anytime there was a drunk Marine, they would just go to one of you, like because they knew you were corpsman. They didn't know your name, but they knew you had medicine. Like, and the amount of times you just get a knock at the door saying, "Hey, can you help my buddy? He's passed out." And I'm just like, you don't know who this guy is, but you kind of know you know what's happening. So you're like
you already know the drill. Like I can't tell you how many times on Okinawa, like we picked up drunk Marines and like I have a CLS bag. It's like, all right, I'm about to waste my lactated ringers.
Oh, I remember there was one night we were sitting at the smoke deck. It was a bunch of us corpsmen. We were sitting there just talking, and we see just a group of people walking up towards us from the barracks, right? And we didn't think nothing of it. We were just thinking, oh, a bunch of people coming out to the smoke deck, okay. And then out of nowhere, they said like, hey, one of you guys corpsmen? And we're all corpsmen. We're just like, And we were like, we should have known they were Marines because they weren't just walking in together. It was like they weren't just walking. You know how people walk together and like, you know how a group of friends walk together?
Right, like normally.
Yeah, they were
and
closer.
And then there's like, yeah,
they were all closer. And I remember
eat my dust, Hamilton.
Like a group of us went with them. And like they open up the barracks door, and it's just literally a guy laying like a starfish on the ground. Like they didn't really explain what had happened. They just opened the door to that, and we're just like, "Is he okay? Oh yeah. He's fine. He just needs some help."
I know.
Trust me, I've been there.
Dusk will totally what Mondays are called.
I was on I was on CQ one time, and one of the Okinawa taxi drivers had actually got onto post and dropped off like this dude, and I had every right to fucking just get like the duty officer to be like, yeah, fuck this dude up. I was like, nah, let's get him to his room, let's triage him real quick.
No, I remember.
Oh no! I've wrecked my front wing. I
remember being in Yokosuka and like coming back to the gate and just seeing a cab and this very obviously Japanese driver who spoke very little English, not really yelling, but speaking very passionate to one of the gate guards. And you know, me and my friends, we're just walking, not trying to be nosy too much, but of course, you know, we take a couple of glances, and all we see in the back is just a dude, almost looking like he's dead. Like if it was a mafia movie, it looked like he got hit, but he was just laying there. His neck was like he was laying back. His neck was all the way up. His mouth was just wide open, and like if it wasn't the fact that he didn't have a bullet, if he had a bullet wound, you would think someone shot him while in the back seat. And basically, I think the guy was explaining like, he called him to pick him up, but he passed out, and so he's trying to get him to pay, but at the same time get him out of his damn cab.
Yeah, I've been through many of those. Best times.
Toto Wolf still?
Yeah, Toto Wolff is still the principal for Mercedes, and he just signed for a couple more years.
Because whoever did his model, I'm like, that looks like discount Toto Wolff. That doesn't actually look...
Yeah, you should see Claire Williams. She looks absolutely like a man. It's really bad.
You know, Brett kind of reminds me of like those new boot privates that show up and like, hey, Sarge, I can outdrink you any day of the week. Like, okay, son.
Oh my god.
And they out there, they're just like, they already just blow their load within the first 20 minutes of the night. They're already done. I'm just sitting there like, yeah.
You know what?
Oh my god.
I know. Dusk will told me Mondays are called in the military.
What?
What's that?
Detox Monday.
I remember I remember many times saying it's like you ain't a real sailor until you do your job hungover or drunk. One of the
Right.
two. I'll let you pick which one you want to attempt.
Oh,
Man,
by
I
the
can't
way,
tell you how many like PT formations I've showed up with hung the fuck over and just like
No, I
oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, this reminds me. Back in like 2000, was it 2008's deployment? Fucking we just got back from Iraq, and you get the spiel like, all right, it's first formation back, nobody do anything stupid, no one get drunk, blah blah blah, right? I show up to formation, the entire company, like from the first sergeant, like our first sergeant, our commander, like everybody is just swaying, and I thought it was me at first, but I talked to my buddy like, no, everyone was fucked up. Like, all right, good, but everybody is fucking swaying, and my buddy Sergeant Rice had actually pissed in the guidon hole.
What the fuck?
He pissed in the guidon hole, and so you can just smell like piss and vomit throughout the entire formation. And oh god, I forget the point of the story, but we ended up getting zonked, and people couldn't understand why. It was like there's no way we were doing PT that day. Just absolutely no reason.
I just nobody
I
get
remember,
written up for that. I just nobody get written up for that.
because everyone's drunk and there's no
'cause
point.
Right, like you gotta learn that if it's like a normal duty day, right, and you're showing up drunk for like any formation or muster, yeah, you're gonna get like roped up. However, if you're coming back from like a deployment and it's like your first day back, it's kind of like the unspoken rule, like they say don't drink, just like CYA, but everyone's gonna fucking drink and get fucked up, just because it's been that long.
My personal favorite, I remember, I can't remember what the occasion was, but like the entire like.
Is this the birthday ball story?
No, this is a different one. Like the entire like hospital that I worked at, we all got a half day. Like everyone got to go home early. I can't remember what the occasion was, but we all got to go home early. So me and a group of friends who like right before we all got let out, we were just like, hey man, we're gonna meet up in so-and-so's room. We're gonna bring some drinks and we're gonna play. What were we playing? I think we were playing Injustice, because I think Injustice had just came out around that time. And it was like, we're gonna spend all night playing Injustice. So, we all meet up at this guy's room. We're playing Injustice. We're having a hell of a time. There's like 7 of us in there, and we're all just like talking shit, drinking, having a great time. And then out of nowhere, one of the guys just goes like, yo, wait a minute. What's today? They're like, Thursday? We gotta go to work tomorrow. And we were just all like, oh shit. And like, it was just a collective like, oh my God. Immediately just stopped what we were doing. Some of us finished our drinks. I won't say who finished their drinks. Some of us finished our drinks. And then we all went home. And then like the next day, this was my first time having this experience. I woke up and just could not walk. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was still drunk. Like that's how late it was, and that's how like little sleep I got. So then when I got to my office where I work, luckily I work kind of like in the back offices where no one really comes to me unless they directly need something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked in, one of my buddies, like he's cool with the group we hang out with, but he didn't hang out with us that night. And so when I walk in, he's kind of like, are you okay? I was like, nah. He was like, all right, just chill out for the day. And so I basically like sat in the back room taking a nap. And then my fucking petty officer walks in, and he's like talking to me about something, and I'm like had my head down. He's like, "You feeling all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm feeling just a little sick." And then I lift my head up, and again at the time I didn't realize what I was going through. And he's looking at me, he's like, "You're fucking drunk, aren't you?" And I was like, "What? No." And again, I didn't realize I was drunk. I was legitimately trying to be like, no, I'm not drunk. I drank last night, but I'm not drunk now. So yes, you fucking are, you damn idiot.
That reminds me of way back when, before you couldn't, like, so you used to be able to go off post in uniform, right, to go like lunch or whatever. So before that happened, before they nixed that, we used to go to like Hooters and whatever place. Well, the strip club near Post started offering like $5 steak for lunch. So we're like, okay, we're gonna try this out. So when we heard about it, it was Motor Pool Monday. So of course, we had battalion formation. Fucking Sergeant Major's like, yeah, all right, it's Motor Pool Monday. Nobody needs to be leaving the motor pool before X amount, before 1300. Blah blah blah. If anyone leaves, it's motor pool. I'm gonna see you, your first sergeant, and your commander in my office, and we're gonna talk about why you left early. Blah blah blah. All right. So my section, we're like, okay, we want to go to Sharky's for this $5 steak. We're gonna find a way out. So we all individually left the motor pool for like some bullshit. Like, oh yeah, I need to go sign for ComSec. Oh, I need to grab a radio and get it rekeyed. Just real stupid bullshit commo shit. And we all ended up at this strip club, and we're all sitting there as a section, just eating this bullshit $5 steak, watching these strippers, having a great old time. And we're like, yeah, this is the life. And then it was about 11:45. We look up, and our Sergeant Major walks in. we all look at him like, oh shit, we're fucking done. We're all that's NJP and we're all getting 45, the max. We're getting the hammer of God thrown at us. He just looks at us, does this little nod, and just keeps walking, doesn't see shit.
Well, it's like I'm assuming it's like, you didn't see me, I didn't see you.
Yep, like that was the nod. Like, yep.
I don't know what. I don't know. It's dark in here. And, the lights are kind of dim. I can't tell who's who. I can't tell what's what.
Sauron telling the birthday ball story.
Great times.
All right, so this might be the story I think he's talking about, but I remember because again, I was back in Cuba, and if anyone of you don't know what Cuba is, it is Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and it is the tiniest fucking. It's not the smallest duty station in terms of like shore duties, but it's like one of them in the sense where it's just like everyone knows each other. There is no small town kind of community kind of thing. And I remember I went to one of the Corman birthday balls or whatever. I can't remember which one it was at the time, but I go there, and it's like one of my first ones, and I'm just kind of chilling. I don't really know anybody there too much. I recognize some people, and then I can't remember. At some point, I started dancing with this one chick, right? Like young chick, seems a little bit older than me, but not too much older. We're dancing, having a great time, having fun, drinking. We're all hanging out with how you hang out with people you don't really know, but you all just get along well. Yeah. We're just having a great time. And then right before the night kind of ends, what do you call it? Like I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but we're chatting it up. And we're talking about seeing each other again later, right? And again, this is Cuba, so there's not really there's no real phone service. So it's pretty much like if we're gonna see each other again, we kind of have to agree to see each other again. You know what I mean? It's like you can't really say here's my number. Yeah, it's like here's my number, call me, or something like that. And so we're talking, whatever. And then the next couple of days or so, I'm at the hospital. And the hospital, there's there's different galleys on the base, but mainly a lot of people, even people from different branches will come to the hospital for lunch. And so one day I'm in there at lunch, it's line, people getting their food, and I'm hanging out with my buddies. Then all of a sudden I see her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, there she is. I should go talk to her, right? And I noticed she's wearing an Air Force uniform. And I'm like, you know what? I went through A school, hung out with Air Force people. Who cares? I walk up to her. As I get closer, I notice
collar.
Her. Yes. Fucking what? Not lieutenant, because lieutenant's off. Lieutenant's for Navy. What's the equivalent for captain?
Captain.
I walk up to her and I see those two. I see those two bars And I was just like,
Nope. Nope.
I was like, I'm gonna. And she saw me too. And you know, it's a brief moment of she saw my rank, I saw her rank, and we were just like,
damn it.
we had fun. We're just gonna end it there.
Not.
I've been in those situations.
In hindsight, I'll say, like knowing what I know now about, because again, that was like my first duty station. I was relatively new there, so I was fresh in the Navy. But knowing what I know now, I would have been like, "Fuck it, I'm going for it." Especially
remember, it's only fraternization if it's it's only fraternization if it's within the same chain of command or the same service.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like there was enough loopholes.
By any chance, Brian, was the relationship between Rachel and Regina inspired by true life events?
Possibly.
I won't ask you for details. I was just curious.
Rachel?
You'll know if you read it.
I think I have it. Yeah, it's right here. It's still in the mailer. As with all comics that I've ordered, which are all still in the mailers from the straight.
You know the great thing I love about Rags,
What's
right, is people come back to that book and find new shit all the time, and it's because no one was paying attention to anything except for titties, and then they find out like, oh, there's a story in there this entire time.
It's simultaneously a troll and like a public service, because you know the more you're told to like say, hey, like you missed something very important here. You know, it's an enrichment.
It's a masterclass on are you paying attention?
Precisely.
And
Sorry, I just finished off a sixer of Guinness.
Sorry, that kind of reminds me of Forrest Gump. Every time I watch Forrest Gump's my favorite movie. Every time I watch it, I notice something that I didn't notice before.
It'd be fucked if you were reading Rags via ADD then.
Brett, your mic is absolute tonight. I'm sorry, I didn't understand any of what you just said.
His mic is depressing.
You see, the thing is, it's not even that hard if you're paying attention to appreciate Rags. Like in issue 1, at the end of the issue, you pretty much get all the information you need to understand why Regina is the way she is. I mean, it's spelled out for you in black and white right there in the last couple of pages.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like it's all literal. And then people still don't get it. Like, oh my god.
Why is she such a bitch? Well, maybe it's because, you know, her fiance was eaten alive right in front of her. And she had to flee. She had to flee from zombies while naked with no shoes for 6.5 miles.
And she's being creeped on by this guy.
Oh, that dipshit was like...
Oh, that was like that's like the icing on the cake. But just imagine, right? How good of a mood you would be in if you had to, you know, go through all of that, get nearly sexually assaulted in this gym, get just literally everything taken from you, and then you wind up like at the safest place you could find, just get hit in the face, and then everyone, the only thing they care about is like, wow, you need to cover up because we don't want to, you know, corrupt this little child over here. And yeah, I wouldn't be in the best of fucking moods either.
Yeah, be a happy camper after all that and get back to us.
I mean, I can't remember whose review. It was like a very early review, and the guy was just like, I just don't understand why she's so angry and so asshole at everybody. It's like,
was this
do you guys
perhaps?
Did you read the fucking comic?
Right? Like, would you be happy about any of this? It's like, well, oh, and then they mentioned like, oh, and then Riley. I don't understand why she's being such a dick to him. He's just curious. Like, imagine you're just sitting there naked, frustrated after all these events that have gone on, and this kid is just touching you without your permission.
Yeah, he's not saying, "Oh my God, you're naked. Let me get you a shirt." He's
or
like,
here's my jacket. It's like, oh, hey, let me look at your tattoos. Let me look.
Yeah,
Tell me more about you.
Tell me more about your tattoos. I'm not gonna worry about there's a naked woman in front of me, so let me get her some clothes, or at least a towel to cover her up, so she's not like.
I know I fall very
Oh
short.
my god, it's terrible.
I'd at least be covering my eyes.
If I saw somebody like Rags being
What was that?
Rags on the street, I'd be like, "Do you need pants? Pants?" Okay.
Right? Like, hey,
I'd
can
be
we
like-
help you out?
I'd be like, holy shit, are you bitten?
give
No?
her shirt.
Okay, someone
Are
get
you-
her something to cover
Can I
herself
offer
up.
you an egg in these trying times? I'd offer something.
Or at least a line of Coke.
Or something. Something to make her feel good about this horrible
might,
situation she's in.
I might offer her my
I've got,
shirt.
Like 4 empty Guinness bottles and one of Dragon's milk. I could do that thing for the Warriors.
Right.
Come out
But-
and play.
But if you've ever been to California, you'll notice like it's kind of that's the way people act. That's just the way people act in California.
I noticed that there were a lot of references to California legal weapons. Now, I don't know exactly what the regulations are in California, but I assume that they're much more stringent.
Regulations
They're
are
garbage.
no.
They can't be
Can
worse
I
than
have-
Chicago.
No.
They
Well,
can't be
what
worse than
about
Chicago.
no?
So,
Well, how
so it's
about
like
if my
it's like
gun was
operator
no?
slips the girl like a non-California legal weapon so that she'll be safer, and I assume that means that the weapon is much more effective because it. I won't pretend I understand, but what makes that weapon better because it's not California legal.
Yep. So like California legal weapons, magazines are they're basically like. So first you need a bullet button just to be able to like pop the upper receiver off the weapon so you can load it. Your magazine is fixed.
What?
It's 10 rounds. Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. You also can't have like a full pistol grip. It's more of like a. God, I'll have to post like a picture. See a legal rifle.
Brian, just imagine if you had red rags if you lived in New York then.
What if somebody accidentally brushes up against that button you're talking about while you're firing?
Okay, so that button, right? You also need a tool in order to pop the button. Here, like I'm gonna post this in general chat on the Mythoverse server so you can see it. But that's basically a California legal weapon, right there. And it's so fucking frustrating.
I just remembered a drunk story.
Don't
But
like
like
that.
yeah, so you can't really have like a full pistol grip. You know, there's like this thing that's like blocking you from actually holding the weapon like you're supposed to. It's all awkward and retarded.
Are you familiar with war
So,
games?
so operator basically gave her a non-California legal weapon so that she could actually defend herself.
Yep.
Oh
Are you
my god.
familiar
And
with
and I don't think people got like the little minor importance of that. Like operator really cared for that chick so much. I was like, hey, look, make sure you come back alive. Here's my weapon. Sauron might be able to co-sign on this one, but I know as a soldier, if I'm giving my weapon to somebody, that's more. That's okay. I'm not sure what the civilian equivalent of that is, but it's like I'm handing my life. I'm giving you my life. Like I'm trusting you with my life.
For me, it would be my car. Like that's.
And that's something that civilians might not be able to appreciate. They may see it like, hey, you're just giving him a gun, but there's so much more to it.
Right. And
It's
again,
it's
this
a
is why
major
I've always
order.
said like the target audience for Rags was never like the general civilian pop. It was always like the veterans who like, hey, I've had that same argument. Oh, I know exactly what she means by when she says the green weenie, or holy shit, he just gave her weapon, and oh, holy fuck, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, 30 years from now, someone will actually like do like a full thing on it and get where I was going with everything.
Sure, and I think that
retrospective.
even if those civilians who don't understand the culture or the references, that I think if they are empathetic enough, they can. If you explain it to them, they will be able to appreciate the profundity of it.
Right. You just gotta have to ask the right questions.
Right.
And that being said, like, it's not saying like, oh, civilians can't enjoy the book. So I have a lot of civilian fans who absolutely enjoy the book. I actually met one of my fans right like my last weekend before I flew out of Georgia, and he started asking me questions, and I started like, oh yeah, it's this, and he's like, holy god, I didn't even realize that. So he had to go back and reread everything. Like, holy shit, I missed that. And he also missed a couple of other jokes that were just ever so subtle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in that group. I mean, I'm definitely not a military person, but most of a lot of people in my family have been, and so I appreciate what they have gone through. And I mean, I understand the references, but I understand what may have been brought to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is not a rag stream. This is a Mythoverse stream. So if we're talking Mythoverse, if you guys don't know, Sailor Rogowski and our other secret project, I'm not sure if you announced it yet, but they share the same universe.
Yeah. I've been very, very careful about sharing it out because I'm not. It's not quite at a finished state yet, but it's very close, and I'm extremely excited about it. Personally, I think that this is. I've told Brian a couple of times that the energy that was evident in late 2017, 2018 was so cool, and it was for indie creators like me to see all of these people getting together and uplifting one another and just putting out these cool things. I don't think I've seen it since then, except with this project that we're doing with Brian from Rags. And I've told Brian, like, I think the energy from 2017, 2018 is coming back, and I am so excited, and I'm so stoked with it. Brian's been sharing a couple of the images, and we're not quite at a finished state yet, but I think we're getting pretty close to it.
We're a lot farther than we were yesterday. That's what's important.
Yes, absolutely. And last year, this was just like an idea that Brian had, and I was so excited about it because Brian and Luigi and everyone else that he works with, these are people that get things done. And I tend to associate with people that get things done. And I just cannot wait to see what comes from this.
Oh man, me too. I'm so excited.
I don't even have the words for it. I feel like an idiot because I can't think of a way to express my feelings for it, but this is so exciting. Like, these are all people that get things done, and we're going to bring some incredible stuff to the indie comics community.
It's like, so maybe I'm just weird, but with as much work as we've been doing within the last year to get this thing getting off the ground, which I'm hoping either by end of this year or early next year we'll start putting it all together. But I don't understand how people have time to get into like beefs and all these Twitter fights because I'm so busy working on so much shit.
I don't understand that either. Like, I don't have enough minutes, let alone seconds in the day to devote to like who said what about who. When I'm literally trying to get scripts straight, I'm really trying to manage like 4 different artists who are like getting all this work to me, so that we can provide this product that Brian and I have been working on. And it just seems like every time I see a tweet about someone tweeting about someone else, I'm like, guys, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing here.
You're just supposed to be producing.
You're supposed to be producing.
That's all you gotta do is produce, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't understand. For some of these people, salt is what they live on. All they got.
No, I understand it. It's just, I just don't get how you have the time for it.
Leave the feuding
Oh,
for
yeah.
wrestling.
If you're absolutely like okay, one of my things about indie comics that frustrates me is like, I'm pretty sure you saw the tweet way back when I started asking questions like, who's gotten past issue 3 of their stuff?
Yeah.
Because a lot
Yeah, I
of
remember that.
people just gas out after like issue 1, issue 2. Like, yeah, I did my thing and I gassed out, and then it's like years later, like, oh, here's issue 2. 5 years later, here's issue 3. It's like, if you have like enough, I don't know, grit, just to grin and fucking bear through your shit, you can get so much done. But yet you see people just fucking off.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just weird to me. It's like, how
And that's what I said. I think I tweeted last year, like, if you want to succeed in indie comics, emulate the person that's gotten out 7 issues, but in the amount of time other people have yet to get out 1. And, Brian at the time said, that's a pretty gnarly tweet, but I said, you know what? It's kind of the truth. Because you guys over at Namco have put out 7 issues in the amount of time Red Rooster has to put out 1. And if the end result, end goal is to put out stories that people are engaged with and connect with and want to spend money on, then you want to follow the people that have actually gotten that done. And have not spent all their time, saying this person said this about someone else, or this Star Wars thing is not cool because of this. Who has the time for that, honestly?
To be fair, like, this is just me. I'm always going to find time to rag on Star Wars. I'm not going to take time out of my day, but if I see someone talking positive, I'm going to throw in some negativity there just to balance it out.
It's like a waste of time.
It
No.
kind of is, because they're going to do what they want to do.
It's a waste of time.
They're going to do
It's absolutely a waste of time. That's just the petty in me.
Yeah, if you want to move, comics, you have to produce good stuff. Good stories that people connect with, that people want to read more of. And the reason that I've connected, as I have with, the Rags team and other people, is because they've done that.
No, but jokes aside, yeah, I fully agree. Like, all joking aside, you guys are absolutely right. Because, like, even for me, like, I've been doing my best to just, like, even if I see something, like, I'm adamantly, like, I look at something and I'm like, oh my god, this is absolutely the dumbest thing I've read. It's like, nope, not gonna touch it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. The waste of time.
Yep. And
90% of shit on Twitter is like waste of time.
I mean, yeah, 100% of all internet arguments are a waste of time.
But every now and again, you find something that's just like hilarious. It's like, okay, yeah, I gotta tweet this.
Yeah.
It's funny. But you go about your day. But man, like,
like with the Star Wars stuff, I just love, like, my personal favorite, like, a meme where it's like Luke, like, I can't kill my father even though he's evil. There's still good in him. And then it cuts to him with Kylo Ren. It's like, this nigga having a bad dream. Like, I'll always find opportunity to post that shit.
Yeah.
I will always take the time to post that.
That's absolutely fair, because they're just completely ignoring the entire character.
Yeah, they completely lost the whole entire point of Luke.
Yeah, Luke would definitely not try to kill Kylo Ren. He would try to redeem him. Anyway, so
yeah,
so
you're
guys,
right. I'm not gonna get into that discussion.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, I just want to thank everyone for spending your time with us tonight, and offering your support to Adobe Kroger. And it's not just Adobe Kroger; it's all of the future projects that we're going to be putting out for the Mythoverse, in conjunction or without, in conjunction with Namco. And we have so much exciting stuff that is almost ready to announce, but not quite. So I could not be happier with how everything has turned out, with everyone offering their support to Adobe Kroger and to our future projects. I'm a little bit tired right now, and I have like 8 Guinnesses in me, so I apologize if I'm a little bit inarticulate, but I just wanted to say this campaign has turned out so wonderfully, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. So.
Right.
Damn right. I'm here for Adobe Kroger number 47. Because that better be titled AK-47.
Dude.
Or I swear to God.
I will literally do everything
I'm pretty
in
sure
my power.
Adobe will keep them.
I will do everything in my power to get Adobe Kroger to issue 47 so that I can do that joke. for no other reason than for that. And Neostar says, the more power to Adobe Kroger than the first. Thank you guys. When we started this whole thing, like in 2019, we had 3 ideas, and we were trying to do everything we could to get people interested in it. And when our first campaign funded, we had 172 backers. We made about $6,200, and we had enough to make all of our first issues. And we've made a lot of mistakes. We've hit a lot of bumps in the road along the way, but we've learned from all of it, and we're going to continue to learn from all of it, and we're going to make amazing stories for all you guys. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brian. Thank you to everyone that believes in us, and we are going to continue just doing everything we can to bring you guys great stories. That's our entire goal. So with all that being said, I don't know how much longer I can keep myself coherent. I have like 8 Guinness in me, as well as all the liquor. So,
question is, how's Brett doing?
I don't know how Brett's doing.
I think he's out.
I've been...
Brett has gone by Egon.
I don't know what do you have left. I don't know. I'm terrified about the capacity for rational thought.
Oh, okay. What takes Brett out in like 2 shots, like takes me like 10 shots. Like, come on, dude.
I don't even.
Worst ginger ever.
He's even a ginger. Like I'm Irish, but I'm only a day walker. I only have red hair in my beard, so I have no business being able to outdrink a ginger Irishman. But here I am.
What's funny is that like his like Discord icon keeps flashing green, so some sound is coming from him.
Well, maybe he's sleeping, and you know what? God bless him. I hope he sleeps well, and I hope he wakes up tomorrow morning refreshed, and I hope that all of you do as well. So thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. I'm gonna have to kill the stream now before I start babbling in some incoherent language. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for the support for Adobe Kroger, Dame Commando number 2. I can't wait to get this out to you. And thank you, Brian. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Nicholas, for offering your comics up to us, for all the backers who got to a certain point. And I am so happy to be part of this community right now. So thank you, everybody. Good night.
Stay black.
I will stay black, absolutely. Although I don't think I'm nearly cool enough to do so. All right, talk to you later.
Black is a state of mind. Black is a state of mind.